Greetings, Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to Wizdom Dropz, y'all's fun daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. My name is Tanya, and today we are discussing the Scorpio full moon. Dun, 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 for you, Earth signs. If you are a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, ascendant, sun, or moon, this video is for none other than you. By the end of it, you're going to understand what's going on the next month. And let me just say, over the next month, that's when we're starting astrology school. Are you actually trying to learn astrology once and for all for yourself? The sirens are going because this shit is on fire. It's that good. No, but for real though, we do offer a 26-week long program that meets once a week live every single weekend. What's that? It must be the full moon in Scorpio out here with all the intensity and the ambulances and so forth. All right, with that said, the 26-week long program, we do meet live. It is amazing and enriching, if I do say so myself. The value that you get, you're an earth sign, right? The value that you get for the expense that I ask is a joke. Like, what you get out of this is a lifetime of understanding how to navigate the stars. And let me tell you, I read the stars like they're scripture. And that's why you like my channel and my content if you've been here before and you're here again. Because everything in the heavens is in fact divine. And when you understand the planets as omens for life force, for spirit, okay, as aspects of divinity, we might call them goddesses and gods, you know what I'm saying? Then you start to understand so much more. Everything else starts to just piece in place and fit together like a puzzle. So I'm here today to welcome you. If you're into that and you resonate, don't delay because I'm capping it at a certain number and I want to make sure we have the right people in the container. So schedule your call if you're into that idea. You can do that with the link down below, baby. All right. Thank you so much, Earth Sign. As well, thank you for liking this video. I appreciate it because you know I put in the energy in these, sharing with you the real shit. So let's start with Taurus, or with Virgo. sorry, Taurus. You're gonna have to wait till the end. Okay, Virgo. If you're a Virgo, Sun and Sun and Moon, where are my Virgos at? I know you're out there. I got love for you, Virgos. Oh, honestly, I love Virgos. Y'all are so like brainy and just entertaining to me. But with that said, Virgo people, if you got your ascendant, your sun, or your moon here, okay, here we go. This full moon in Scorpio, this is in your third house, Virgo. There tells me that there's going to be a huge transformation, if it hasn't already happened, around how you're communicating. And knowing you, Virgo, it's probably an awareness about how you're communicating things based on your beliefs about the world. And also knowing the fact that this is like highlighting your ninth house like a God blessed Christmas tree. It's a Yule tree up in her. Okay, it's like Kwanzaa exploded up in Taurus. We got a stellium. It's like the sun with the Uranus, with the Mercury, with the Venus. It's all just like, what is going on? And all of this is in a T-square conversation with Saturn. And it's not pictured perfectly here with the moon, you know, it's past this exact point, but it forms a T-square. You can see the triangle here with all these ongoing squares. And this is from your beliefs house, Virgo. And it has to do with how you're communicating yourself in regard to your beliefs. And you know, you're an improvement oriented sign, and that's where everybody and their mama gives you a bad reputation. And it's simply because they don't understand you, or they can't deal with your pragmatic portrayal, or you're just on some low vibe Virgo shit where you're all petty criticizing people right and left, and then that's gonna get you the type of response that I'm talking about. And it ain't even to say though that it's all your fault or that it's all their fault. What I'm saying is that Virgo is an improvement oriented energy, and not everybody is gonna understand that. Also, Virgo is the shadow sign of Mercury, so y'all might got a little more gremlins in the closet, so to speak, that you got to deal with. You understand? And you know, Mercury is like that in general. It's mercurial. It's two ways. It's this and that. Now you're less flippant than Gemini, given that you're an earth sign. You're much more grounded and practical, Virgo. But do understand your words land harder because they have, you know, both you and Gemini have powerful third houses, okay? But your third house is ruled by Mars, baby. You understand? So especially I could see some Virgos with friends, offending friends, 11th house, okay, from home or while they're at home or involving matters of home, Cancer. You could be real pissed at your friends that they're trying to push you to go out right now, or vice versa. You could be upset with them that they're cooped up at home. And these are like larger groups of friends and not coming out to play, like groups of people that you belong to, like sports teams or, you know, interest teams, niche interest kind of groups, those sorts of things as well. Also, you might be learning about how you've made a mistake in your networks and reclaiming your power to heal that in some type of way. Um, Also, full moon in the third house, just to shift gears a little bit on you, Virgo, it can also be your own business. This is actually known as the house of the goddess in ancient astrology. The moon actually prefers being in the third house. And so you have a full moon in the third house, which is helping your case because third house, you know, is a good place for the moon to be, and Scorpio is not necessarily a good place for the moon to be. And I say that with like a big caveat that like it's a great place for what moon in Scorpio needs to be, you understand, but in terms of relatively speaking, it likes much more to be in the opposite sign of Taurus, which it is not at this time. So for you, again, as a Virgo, you got to watch out for words. You got to reconstruct your words and let them better reflect what you want to be around all the time. Because you're being asked to get serious about what are you constructing regularly that is habitual in nature. Let me tell you, Saturn in the sixth. Saturn likes things that are slow and steady every day over time. And in the sixth house, all the more so. All the more so. And you know, it's a malefic in the sixth and it's Saturn in the sixth. It's not Mars. Mars likes to be in the sixth. So you got to deal with the grind right now. You're being asked to get serious about redefining your habits. Like, really, you of all the signs are being asked to get real serious about redefining your habits. Okay, Virgo. And you're a Virgo. You understand that life is habitual. You're a Virgo. You see habit everywhere. You're Mercury. And you also know how to create and innovate within that. You know what I mean? Because again, you're Mercury. But with that said, Virgo, expect the unexpected in terms of your belief systems, just blurting them out, like dropping it on the table. Like, that's what I believe. Watch out for that. Watch out for other people doing that. And if you're doing it yourself, there could be definite repercussions, especially if you're a small business owner, third house, moon in the third house. Okay. Or amongst groups that you're a part of, like networks, like larger groups that know your name and stuff. So just be aware of what you're spitting out there philosophically, and also understand that the chains need to come off. If it's the type of situation where you know you need to just be liberated, it's great energy. Liberate, liberate, liberate. That's all I got for you, Virgo. Like this video, give me some love back. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Thanks to everybody who does support this channel. Likes, comments, supports. If you're looking to learn astrology once and for all, hello, I am offering a course. It starts in less than a month. If you're serious about learning astrology, really like a technician, Virgo, then you can join us if you're you know, if you're aligned with what we're offering. And I encourage you to schedule your consultation call in order to facilitate that process, which is again in the link down below. All right, we're gonna cruise on over to Capricorn. What's up, Cap? What's up, Cap? Say nothing but the grind. I'm a goat all day, every day. I know. I know. Capricorn, when I say I know, I know. I know Capricorn. I get it. I'm a Capricorn rising. I get it. Okay. Capricorn, what you got? You got a full moon up in the 11th house. So this is all about your groups that you're a part of, the friend circles that you keep, your dreams and your aspirations for life. This is beyond career. This is all about your life. What are you doing with yourself? What are you doing with your legacy that is goal oriented, not just 10th house, but what is the goal here? What are your dreams here? It's what comes after the 10th house, the 11th house. You understand? So what are your aspirations? Okay. It's not just what are you known in the world for? It's what do you do after that? You know what I mean? And in a lot of ways that connects back to that first, right? But all that to say, if you are a Capricorn ascendant sun or moon, you're becoming very aware about what your true dreams are, what your true aspirations are. And just as much, you could have some really powerful moves coming forward from people in your circles, in your social circles. These are allies, friends, people who work in larger groups and reigns and realms and networks and just associations of people. You know what I'm saying? So people, you know, they might surprise you up out of nowhere with some big, powerful, transformative stuff, because Mars rules this sign of Scorpio, and the full moon here is like illumination of the action in relationship, illumination, full moon of the action, Mars ruled sign, to your goals, to in relationship to your long-term aspirations, to your dreams come true kind of energy, and kin groups that you're a part of that feel like family, like soul tribes. That's also the 11th house. It's like friends where you're like, you know what, we've been around this dance, this globe before. I recognize you. We don't need to be all like super gushy uptight in each other's, you know, mwah, 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 but I know that we got a thing and we're a thing. You know, I mean, this is like your groups, your tribe. The 11th house is tribe. So think about that, Capricorn, with this Scorpio full moon. It's going to be definitely illuminating something for you in relationship to larger friend groups that you're a part of. Also, I just want to mention that, you know, there is this massive stellium in Taurus. You might have noticed looking at all the chart here in the red lines. And this is all about your 5th house. You got to create. And from creation, you're going to innovate. Look at this innovator planet. Just lighten it up. Like, I'm a lightning rod, baby. You're going to innovate. You're going to create. You're going to have possibly really sporadic, I don't know, where like romance, like, damn, that came out from nowhere. That could be a thing. You know, it is square the 2nd house of Saturn. So it's going to be something that really changes your self-worth slash you're coming into awareness. There's like a connection here, right? About your dreams and your self-worth. Maybe you're realizing you're worth more than you thought. Maybe you're realizing you need to hold your value. You understand? Maybe you're realizing that your self-worth is taking a bit to ripen, but now that it's here, you can't fuck with this. You understand? Like, that's the 2nd house Saturn. 2nd house Saturn is asking you to reconstruct. And 11th house, you're lucky this is in the 11th house. It could be much harder, Capricorn. It could be much harder. This is actually an auspicious house, and there's mutual reception here with the 7th house, okay? Now, Mars don't love being here in Cancer. He much more prefers being in your sign of Capricorn. But you know what? Mars is in nothing but positive aspect. Ignore that red line. That's to the ascendant. We don't even read that. I shouldn't even have it clicked on here. Like, we do read that, but not in these readings, because we don't know what your degree of, you know, Capricorn is. But even to say that, you know, to say this, relationships are energized, Capricorn, and relationships, partnerships in the context of networks can be very favored at this time. And again, you know, the moon doesn't really love being in Scorpio. Mars doesn't really love being in Cancer, but they're in really good positive aspect with each other. And, you know, this T-square is hard. Yeah, but guess what? You're a Capricorn. You're going to get through it. 2nd house, though, is, again, it's about self-worth and your belongings. What are you willing to put in the long haul in order to get? What value? Oh, this is so clear, like copper, just, you know, right there. What is worth value, that is worth having, that is worth working for? 2nd house, Saturn. You're only going to have this another like year and a half, 2 years, Capricorn. Saturn is going to move out of here. Saturn ain't going to be in Aquarius forever. I know you had it in your sign for what felt like for effing ever. And yeah, this together is 6 years. But as you age, you realize, damn, time flies. And at the end of those 6 years, you're going to be doing a lot more things with your life that required Saturn to break you down. Saturn tests you. Saturn pushes you to the limit. You understand? And it asks you to learn boundaries. So have you been learning boundaries about your self-worth? Have you been learning boundaries about your money? Have you been learning boundaries about what you possess? What have you been learning values about? Have you been learning like values about your self-value? That just keeps coming up for so many Capricorns, because this is your 1st house ruler in the 2nd house. You understand? 1st house is self, 2nd house is value to self or self-value. So that's a big thing. Also, you might be illuminating some of those themes right now with Uranus's co-presence with the sun up in your 5th house. through the process of, again, creation. Creation is really a gem for you. It's a gem, and it's a way out, and it's a way you're going to discover things. Also, if you got children and you're Capricorn, expect some shit to be popping off with them like fireworks. I don't know what it's going to be, but they got something coming their way. Fifth house rules children, and you got all this Uranus up in here. Encourage them to be careful of sweet talkers. If you got kids and they're of a certain age, this is a sweet talker to your children, ends up giving them some harmful thing. I'm not even kidding. I'm not trying to scare none of y'all, but I'm serious. Lilith is right here at the party. Very tempting sweet talker. You know what I'm saying? It's in the skies, yo. It's in the skies. Watch out. But all that to say, if you're creating, this is a great energy to create. Mercury and Venus in the fifth house. Are you kidding me? Could you get any more creative right now? Answer, no, in the fifth house. So I think you're going to find that that's a real sweet spot, even though there's a lot of harsh aspects to that. Capricorn, Venus is very strong in her own sign. Probably the strongest planet in the whole sky outside of Saturn right now. Yeah, that's a fact. So remember that. You got some good support from creation. If you're stressed, go create. Go paper mache, go paint, go do whatever it is you do. Make you a little song. Whatever you do, Capricorn, do what you do, okay? And that's what you need to do. Create yourself a new state of consciousness. Sun Uranus conjunction. Capricorn, like this video because it brought you value. Thank you so much to all the Capricorns who do like this video. I appreciate y'all. And if you want to learn astrology, you're actually like serious. Not like, we don't got no space for like serious. Are you serious, Capricorn? Are you trying to learn astrology once and for all? There ain't no trying to it, baby. Not once you enjoy and join the Wizdom Dropz astrology school, because we keep you to it. We keep you accountable, Capricorn. You got a Capricorn OG ascendant at the wheel of that operation. So schedule your consultation call today if you are looking to actually learn astrology once and for all. Link is down below. Thank you again for all the support. Okay, cool. So we're going to go over to Taurus. If you are a Taurus, well, aren't you just lit up right now? Look at you all Taurian over there. If you're a Taurus ascendant, sun, and moon, you're probably feeling really cute, really beautiful. And you might be surprised at how cute and beautiful you're feeling right now. But you got your own planet Venus with you, and Venus is helping you just enjoy life, enjoy spring. You know what I'm saying, Taurus? So good for you. And she's with Mercury. So you got some sweet talk and energy. You're a real good communicator right now, Taurus. You can put some real nice words together for different audiences if you're a Taurus, ascendant, sun, or moon. Okay. Also, with that Sun Uranus in the first house, just be aware, be careful. Don't be acting a fool, especially if this is on your ascendant. Do not be acting a fool. Do not go doing things you should not be doing. It is not the time. You understand? It is really not the time. Over the next month, Taurus, it ain't the time, at least. And depending on where your ascendant is, this is like years and years and years of Uranus, okay, in your sign. So realistically, how long can you live like Henny Penny? Don't be living like that, you know what I'm saying, like at a high stress level. But for real, over the next month, with this tight degree of orb of influence, pay attention. Don't do anything reckless. Okay, Taurus, that's my message to you. But with Venus disposited in your own sign of the first house, really beautiful energy. She rules the first house for you. She's with you right now. She's with Mercury, helping you create and get all enlightened and whatnot. So go and do that. Okay, Taurus, go and do that. Now you got this full moon in the 7th. Let's talk about it. Who you got in your life? What's going on with you? Because it's going on. You got a full moon in the 7th. You got relationship drama. Ooh, what you got going on? Maybe you just don't have drama. Maybe it's like an awareness about relationships, a deep awareness. But you definitely got, let's be real, some relationship drama. And it's got something to do with your third house. So communications. This could be fights with siblings. Damn. A lot of Tauruses could be having some strict fights with siblings right now. You could be on just, not getting along with that kind of like energy. And, you might find that there's divisiveness because there is mutual reception here between the moon and Mars, not pictured, but happening at the time of the lunation itself. So just be aware that like you might find that some of your siblings are like on your side, or one of them is on your side, and the other one is like that bully, this asshole, whatever, that stubborn pighead, blah, blah, right? But it could be, you got to keep it real with yourself as well, Taurus. Where do you need to level up? Uranus conjunct the sun, Mercury, okay, Venus in your sign. Where do you need to level up in relationships? Scorpio full moon is asking you to transform. Something is going on in your relationship right now, Taurus. And you know what the response is? Transform, elevate, change the status. There's a death in front of you. Some of you might need to leave relationships right now, just like Scorpios, okay? Because you got a first house, seventh house thing going on. If that's the case, congratulations. Be free. You know what I'm saying? Be free. May the force be with you. However, some of you as Taurus people are just dealing with this in terms of where do you need to transform relationships? And maybe it's not an end. Maybe it's an upgrade. Obviously, endings can be upgrades, very much so. But also realize, you know, if it's time for a transformation, it's time for a transformation. And you got to understand, what is the transformation? You got to be real with yourself. You can try lying. It ain't going to do you a damn like a good, because you know the truth at the end of the day. Scorpio moon always knows the truth. These are the lie detectors. These are people that know more than they ought to. You understand? So under the next month, you as a Taurus, in context of relationships, seventh house, you're going to know more than you ought to. You're going to be very in tune. You're going to be very, and by that, I don't mean like literally ought to. I mean like, you know more than you should, so to speak. Like you're more perceptive, you're more intuitive in context of relationships. I'm like getting goosebumps for you for some reason. So listen to that message if it resonated, because I think that a lot of Tauruses are getting these epiphanies right now in general with this Uranus Sun conjunction that only happens once a year. And this lunation, this full moon in Scorpio, this is under the influence of the most exciting, spontaneous, unexpected day of the year, soon to approach. 7 and 10 is only 3 degrees of difference. Within the next month, this will happen. You know what I'm saying? Within this lunation cycle, the most surprising day of the year will happen. So you as a Taurus, relationships, understand yourself. You might surprise yourself in terms of relationships. You might say all of a sudden, I need to sever this, or I've awakened to my own inner needs. This is my pleasure. This is how I'm going to get there. Mercury plotting and planning towards pleasure. Venus awakening, you know, Sun Uranus conjunction. Lilith really taking the chains off. You know what I'm saying? Freedom. So Taurus, expect the unexpected. Allow yourself to go a little crazy. Now, what I'm going to warn you at, Taurus, don't go so crazy you end up messing up your whole legacy. And that's the big fat like book caveat. You know what I'm saying? You know exactly what I'm saying, because you got Saturn transiting that 10th house. This is all about your legacy. This is about your career. So what are you leaving behind once you are gone? When you take your last breath, what's there that is going to be left behind? What are people going to know you as and for? What are they going to say? You know what I'm saying? Saturn is there in that place with a reality check on, you know what, Taurus, in the fullness of time, what is this going to do for you? What is this going to say for you? And this is a one or the other energy. Scorpio is black or white. And you know what? That's why they're refreshing, because they're either all this or they're all that. And they can play the in-between because they understand the poles. So that's what makes them confusing if you don't have the intuition to filter them out. You know what I'm saying? But even with that said, understand that you are going to be going through a polarizing energy. You will come to a realization that this is something you need, and this over here is not something you need. And you need to eliminate and compost and turn it back to the earth so that it can grow anew. You understand? That's how the nutrient cycles work out here in Mother Earth, okay? Everywhere you go, the nutrients got to flow in a circle. They got to continue around. So when the death comes knocking in the relationship, whatever that context means for you, understand it's there to fertilize and enrich, okay? And when the new beginning comes, that is not a death, but the product of a death, that is the full moon in Scorpio as well. When the phoenix arises from the ashes, Taurus, remember that that new beginning has a purpose, and it is building your long-term legacy. 10th house Saturn, only going to be here the next 2 years, if that. It's influencing you for that much. So understand, you are in a phase of life that lasts 3 years where you are redefining what you are known for and who knows you for what. So this lunation is powerfully engaging that awareness of Saturn up here in the 10th by this T-square. And this is the solution to all the problems, you understand? Think of legacy. Think of the long haul. Retreat, Taurus. If you need time to think it out, you take your time to think it out. But Uranus in your sign conjunct the sun, you're going to know. Mercury, Venus, you already know the way out, the liberation path, the path to liberation. And it's calling you. And the long-term awareness of that liberation is calling you. You understand the time, Taurus, that it's going to take to get there. Now get there. I hope you feel inspired. I feel like I just gave you a like pep talk. Hit that like button, Taurus, for all the love I be giving you. Thank you so much. I receive it back. I appreciate all those likes, comments, shares. And if you're trying to learn astrology once and for all, try no more. Astrology school starts in a month. And if you schedule your call today, you just might get a spot in that program that I offer. It is a 26-week long course. We meet live each and every single Sunday, 12 p.m. Central Time, for at least 3 hours. We go deep, and you are constantly bouncing back information and applying skills that I freshly impart upon you. It's a lot of fun. It's very effective. You can see what my students say for themselves. I did a video, like a little commercial of just them telling you what their opinion is. So with that said, thank you to everybody who is enrolling and scheduling calls and liking the videos and commenting and just all the good stuff. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for what we're building here on the YouTube and beyond. With that said, through next time, until next time, may the stars be with you. Peace.